correct because, I mean, for instance, the latest fighter aircraft have immense electronically controlled capabilities, but the training for such a fighter is far more demanding than it was 50 years ago, the Spitfire. Maybe that's your answer.
I don't think a puppet could drive it. There is a lot of skill still involved in driving a car at those sort of speeds. The forces that are acting on the driver are quite immense, quite difficult for anybody to even imagine what they must be like. Someone to do that must be incredibly brave, and they require a lot of skill. I mean, you may say that the skill's been taken away in terms of changing gear or braking, but to be brave enough to drive at the speeds is still requires something special from the driver. We can't supply that.
To those who find merely the sound of high-performance engines entrancing, this is a week in paradise. To anyone else, it's somewhat of a mystery. There's no racing going on. The cars spend long periods back in the garage. The mystery clears up a little, of course, if you can listen in on the radio.
The traction goes after about 3 laps, 4 laps, and it predominantly wants to oversteer mid-corner, slow corners. High-speed balance is all right. Sometimes when I hit a bump, I get quite an understeer for quite a period, so it's not actually keeping the front end grip consistent. I start to get a little oversteer, not really oversteer, but a bit more brusque in some places, and jumping even more. When the car jumps, now it's bottoming a little bit. Only 1 millimeter makes a big change.
When you say mid-corner, is it you on the throttle again, where you get the oversteer or not?
If I get off the throttle in the middle of the corner, yeah. And it's also going into the corner itself off the throttle.
For future reference, if the yellow light flashes occasionally on new tyres, then just keep going.
This time it was not flashing, it was on for maybe 3 or 4 seconds. I'm also not getting full throttle that easily because there's something, it tightens up just before I get to the stop, and to actually get it on full throttle is quite a hard effort and the pedal seems like it's almost falling over. I really feel the biggest problem is the bumps again, you know, and when you want to go fast, you really need to, you know, take on you because of the bumps. It's not comfortable.
This one I like. What is that?
Oh, the 1, 2, 5 on the turn-in.
So it's turning a bit better.
Is that the feeling?
Yeah.
After the corner that's 4th gear right-hander, the rise, you come up there, then there's a kink before the left-hander before the last corner. And around there it's really nervous. I mean, it's never been nervous like that before, around there.
For chief designer Adrian Newey, it all comes down to data. Data is data, whether it's acquired here in the noise and smells of Estoril or back in the comparatively academic calm of the Williams wind tunnel in Didcot. This, we're told, is the fastest and most accurate low-speed wind tunnel in the world.
Well, the base run, the base for comparison is 2081. Current one? 2083.
Completed in 1991 at a cost of £4.5 million, the tunnel is devoted exclusively to learning how to make Williams cars go faster without leaving the ground. One of the aerodynamics team explains.
The car's actually sucked down onto the ground more than it's pushed down. In the same way that your jumbo jet when you're flying across the Atlantic is in fact pulled up by the top surface of the wing, not pushed up by the bottom. The downforce in the car is quite in excess of its weight. The car could drive upside down on the roof of a tunnel if you wanted to, if somebody was brave enough to drive it like that.
Its body drag is 12 pounds down. No, it's 10 pounds. Well, it's 12 pounds on drag for.
It's still gone up.
Yeah, it usually goes up. It probably shows there's no obvious signs of separation, because that's about right.
Adrian?
Yeah?
When people say that motor racing is really grown-ups playing with toys, looking at what you're doing now...
That'd be about right, yeah, I know. It's very scientific, this. Sticking bits of tape on a model. Yeah. The only thing that's quite nice about this is when you spend most of the day looking at a computer screen or a drawing board or whatever it might be, basically pushing paper around, to actually come in and use your fingers makes quite a nice change.
What its overall relevance to life, the universe, and the quality of life, I'm not sure. It's entertainment. Entertainment is about improving the quality of life. It improves our ability to design things in general.
We live in a world of high-tech. Everything's high-tech, isn't it? Everything you buy, washing machine, down to the car is a high-tech. A racing car is no different. All racing cars get better every year. All washing machines get better every year. You can't put a stop on technology. It continues on and on and on, otherwise we'd never have people on the moon.
If it's a wet day at Estoril, nobody goes out lapping the track, but you can test computer-aided starts. The object is 0 to 100 miles per hour in better than 3 seconds. David Hill returns directly to the pits. A smart card is immediately removed from the side pod and brought to the computer bank at the back of the garage. Its information makes an old-fashioned verbal debriefing seem quaint.
From when you go to, say, onto the throttle and the revs pick up, to when we see the car moving.
It's not so bad, really, is it? I mean, you just get those ones where it's actually slowing down.
What's the other number?
The top is 0.6. You're getting the peaks, and the thing is to try and start dropping it again earlier, isn't it, really?
So tweak the computer program and have another go.
For Damon to be saying it's slow, it must be too much wheel spin then, because that's only 0.07.
Yeah.
So it must be presumably sort of somewhere up around here when the wheel speed starts faster.
Well, it shows 100 milliseconds.
So when the wheel's really starting spinning.
The objective of that work is to minimise wheel spin at a start, because if you minimise wheel spin, you maximise the performance off the line. Similarly, for a road car, there is a requirement, really, to minimise wheel spin under traction, both from starts and coming out of corners. So similar technology...
But no law-abiding road car is meant to be travelling at speeds remotely in the region of producing wheel spin.
No, that's true. But if you're pulling away on ice, for example, you have a similar set of problems, which could be tackled using similar strategies.
A lot of technology that's now in road cars is recent F1 technology. People like Renault, Honda and the like, and Ford, are not there because they just want a sticker on the side of the car and they think it's just good marketing. They're there to learn. They know it's a very good way of accelerating programs and breaking new ground.
When we're working on something to improve the race car, we don't say we will do this because it may benefit the motor industry. We do it because it'll make our cars faster. If there happens to be some secondary benefit for the motor industry, then it's really a good thing, and to some extent it's up to the rule makers to make sure that the things that we might think of to make our cars better on the racetrack happen to coincide with what might be of interest to the people making road vehicles, really.